So like I was having a hard time following this morning, so I'm gonna try to go back and like rewatch the lecture. But going back to like the homeworks I was due for web programming for the cyber, I couldn't get how you pronounce it? How you pronounce it? It was like the homework assignment for cyber. That's like due this past Sunday. Because I did it, but like I wasn't able to provide screenshots because I couldn't get the download on my Mac. I even went back to the previous lectures. I couldn't get the download. So I just typed in the code that I would have inputted. I would have made it work. And I just put that in like for in the PDF. It means better than the zero. And then same for the web programming. I just typed in the code, I will install because like I again couldn't get to work on my Mac. Is there like a day or a time this week that we can go over like
Yeah, sure.
because like I'm starting to fall behind now because I know that you were talking about like the project a little bit today and the class. I'm just like, well, how am I supposed to do that if I still haven't gotten just class time? So
yeah, sure. If like regular, we can set up like for some any other time when I'm here, like after when my class are finished at 4, you can meeting after 4. If you want, I can set up the Zoom meeting.
wait, so it's like after 4?
Yeah,
Like
after
today
4.
or
Yeah.
Thursday?
Today or like even Thursday still okay. You can come or if you want, I can try to set up Zoom meeting with you just anytime.
Would today work for you or Thursday?
Yeah, or Thursday if you want. Or like, let me see. Okay, you can show me what's the problem first. I can look at it, and then what? Yeah. Okay, so
because I know most of my colleagues don't have Macs, so like.
oh yeah, I understood. Yeah, okay. I will help you to fix it. So something like after class may be better. So maybe
So like after 4?
yeah, after 4. So we can meet. Today we can. Okay, so just if you're okay, you can stay. We can spend about like 15 minutes.
Okay.
So I help you. If no, we can stay longer on Thursday, or we can set up a Zoom meeting. I can help you to like complete the rest. Yeah. Yeah, so you can show me like step by step, so I can help you guiding you to complete it. Okay. Okay. So give me a few minutes. Give me a few minutes. I come back and start. Yeah.
Really, all they changed is, I'm guessing, the handguard and then obviously the Kar98K that are all like this, a bit shorter, which is fine. They call it carbine, but it is absolutely a rifle. It's just this not the crazy long stuff they had before.
Well, carbine actually retired the K is instead of a carabiner, which converts to a strap.
And then the second one is, of course, it's car and it's carabiner 98. Of course. Yeah, for sure. So like 380, for example, the caliber 380 in Europe, but not 380. It's 9mm.
Okay. So let's start class the web programming. So let me turn on my screen first. Okay. 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 Before we did learn like all the components, like try to build the React JS, like with like different type of components. We talk about the use stage, and also I mentioned about the use effect. I didn't mention it, and also for this time we talk about the router. So we were like going to switch different pages to pages, like we direct to different components. That's is that today's lab we're going to do. And also part of it, because I told you before, we installed the MongoDB, we're still not using it. We set up the Nginx. Then how we going to use it? Because right now it's like week 6. Then you need to start from a group and then start to work with the project to build a website. When you're working on it, I will talk about the project. But for today's class, like you need to create a new one. So I recommend I just create a new one. So if you still remember the the command like npx the create VA app and then give the project name. So today I already upload the sample code. If you want to look at it, you can type it and follow me to do that. Let me share the code. Okay. Okay. So I already upload all this file. It's available to view. So I would like to go through. So today what do you need to do? Okay, let me move it. Okay. So you see we add apps right here. So I say it's a home page, and then we have different other pages. One is called About Us, and then Contest. So we're switching all these pages. So you see Home, About Us, and Switch. And you see when I click on the About Us, you see something comes out from API server. So this one will be extra. You don't have to complete. Probably you are not able to finish it. So today I will cover how to like build the Happy.js, the API server, and then connect to the MongoDB. So this one is the return data from the okay. So here is the data that I return from the MongoDB. So here's the the data. So when I grab it, here's the source code. When I upload it, you shouldn't be able to see this one. So if you are like go faster, like if you can compete to build this, then I'll share this code, and then also I go through a step. How can we finish the configuration of the Happy.js setup, also the MongoDB. Okay. If you download it, first we talk about the router we need to install. So how can we install it? So it's called the we need to using the after we create using the npx create a React app, we need to create the node modules. It's called the React router DOM. So this one will help us that redirect to different page. So this one's slightly different from what we usually doing. So when we use return, so it's a router. So in the router, we have the navigation. So it covers the UL and UI. So it's a list. So for this slide, I will create a list. Like for the home, I just say slash. So as I put it common for website, right? So homepage, I didn't put anything. And then when I like put about, it will be about, contact with contacts. And then here's the routes. When you look at some online documents, maybe they will like asking you using switch. So be aware of when you install the DOM, the router DOM, the new version supposed like should be version 6. So we are using called the routes. So it's right here. So routes. So here will be telling the React. So if I will need to connect to certain element, so this one is the, if you remember the home tag, element home tag, it will redirect to the path like this. If the path will be slash, then it's home. And then above is connected to about us. So with the tag, so I need to create. And I create a folder called pages. So if you want to create extra folder, then remember to follow the syntax like these pages. And all the pages under it is just like really simple. We have the function, and just a is a div, and I have a header, just a paragraph. And this one you just like ignore this part because about the data fetcher. So I try to fetch a data from the API server. Okay, so I already upload all the source codes. So I just have some like practice time, try to create a new project and replace it. So I upload the app.js, also the app CSS, and also we have 3 files. So one is called the like about us, home, and contact us will be 3 of this. So all the files right here, that's what we require for your this lab. Okay, so we can try to build. Yes, question. Yeah, create a new one. Yeah. Okay, so if you want to create, or if you forgot the syntax, so the syntax is, okay, say npx create React, and then here's the name. So let's say I call it the project name. You can do it like this. Okay. So here's the syntax to create a project. So remember that which directory you are under. Okay. So after you create, remember using CD and go to change your directory to this folder. Okay. You see this page. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and yes. Just like just step one, just create the folder, create a new project, and then copy on the source code. Suppose you should able to see the pages by then. Okay. Okay. So the pages okay. So when we copy those, do you see the web? I think that was so all this is yes, and then move those files into under SRC. So you will see, okay, when you look at the if sometimes I skip too much, just like remind me. Okay, so right here, sometimes when we look at the path, the app.js, so when we try to import any files, so the // is under the same folder, the parent folder. So if I doing in this way, // so which folder are we under? It's under SRC, the source file. So this file is like under same is like, so first I need to look at where's the folder under is the app.js. So it's one say under SRC, but when I from the source code I provide to you is under called pages. That means that you don't have it. Because when we create, so you need to create a new folder. Then the new folder is under like /. That means okay, still under source SRC, and I go to folder pages. So I create a pages folder, and then slash, and then I can access those files inside. This one is really is a common behavior like for developing a project, because we never like put in anything under SRC, like it's so messy. So we always like try to create different folders. And when we create folders, then we need to know, okay, so is it this files under this folder or like under my parents' folder? Then we need to know. So one single dot and slash, that means like same parent folder. If I put right here, here's an example. I need to call the import a file called data fetcher. Okay, so I put a double dot. That means like, okay, because this file is under pages folder. Then I need to go to the parent, so double dot. So I go back to the parent, and then I can find the data fetcher, this file. Okay, so here's the logic. Yes, dot, yes, exactly same. Yes.
So just backing up one.
Yeah, one direct back. Yes. Okay, so it's okay. Okay, so when you copy, this is one more step. So you need to do one more things. Once you copy all the code, remember to execute using npm install React router dot. Under, okay, yes, do it in the terminal. So you need to do is okay, do okay. First, you need to change your directory under your folder. So right now it's like I already inside this one. So it's like under your website or like the project you create. Then you execute npm install, and then we add router dot. Okay, so if it's too small, then I'll copy this one and enlarge it. Okay. Okay. So like once you copy everything, remember to install the modules. For our React project, sometimes we try to install lots of different modules. Let's say when as a router, maybe later we need to use it for like handle the data or like sometimes handle the CSS. Maybe I need to install this really common we are using for the Bootstrap UI or other like for CSS. Then we need to install it. Okay.
So
And-
can we enter that command into, maybe like install React Router?
Just like execute, yeah, under the folder. So right now you're under this map. Yes, so we need to go and install then React. Yeah. So after you install it, and then we start the yeah, because like I don't know yet. Okay. So if you install the modules, remember to cancel the service and then.
Let's go on.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So why don't you? Like how many of you able to get the pages? Yeah, for me, it's okay, so we can so NPM I don't really have this.
No, you're good. That's hard to,
Like using the right? I don't understand using the manic version and say all this like we can list all the first version to the latest. Okay, so anything but I don't sometimes let's say what this time is like a specific version. So I don't know I can use this one. And sometimes I do this let's say so next thing was I want to use all the so I was for using the pro version and so you can explain that we just use it later. So you can right now.
I think those are.
Yeah, I think that's for 19. So if you follow the steps, so when you list those examples, yeah, actually, yeah, so why not do so? So I will you are like say how many of you are able to get the pages? The home? Yes, okay, good. White screen, that means you couldn't get, okay. So you can switch all these things. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it actually is, I know a guy who basically got that, that's started doing PowerShell and cabling, it was fast. Yeah, we didn't see that. There's part of the reason why it hasn't taken off in business. Oh, yeah, less of it's more daunting. Yep. We can probably feel like that has to be something over here. Okay, and thank you. One of those just what you're saying, okay.
Okay. And one more things, I feel like when we install the node package. So when we install the node package, remember if you are using the VS Code, sometime when after you create the project, you will using CD change the directory, like CD let's say I have a use a command np I'm using npx and then create we add app. Okay, and then I have a project name. Okay, and now I'll do cd project name. So remember, try to install the React DOM under your project, because that one, if you try to check the file inside your folder, you should have called the node modules. We have two types to install the npm. If you see sometime like some online documents, they comes with the dash G or like -G, so it's called globally. So when we install the Node.js, we have the global node module file. But because for development, sometimes we do not need some because for some project we require some specific modules. So for some of them, it's better to like install as a global because we always need to use it. But for some like specific project, we don't put global, just like for your local. So remember, install the React DOM under your the project file. Okay.
And not under any
Unless you really have a clear mindset, like where are you, then you can do it. So you should know where to put many of them. And because if you finish to prep, then I will tell you for the rest. Here's like if you're interested, you can like keep on working on those like pages, modify and knowing how to work on it. And if you want to finish this part, and I will upload this one called the data fetcher, so you can try. We need to, like, before we do that, then we need to know how to set up the API server. So how many of you like know how to set up the API server, getting data? How they say, any idea? No? Okay. So first, like, because we did install the MongoDB, right? We have it, and then how can we use it? So let me connect to the server. Okay, let me delete it. So we need to connect to the server. Okay. So right now we try to connect to the server, and then we will using the Mongo SH. It's a shell for the MongoDB. So if you able to create that page, see the page, then right now we move on how to tell you how to set up the API server. Okay. So first, like about the MongoDB. So here I will sometimes I will check like what's the show DBs database. This one is for connecting. This one is connect to your EC2 instance. Okay. So for the project, I want to let you know how to of course you can hosting this one in your local machine, but we need to integrate with like using the EC2 server. Also, especially for our web page, we are most of them hosting our server, right? So
what command are we supposed to be running after we connect
EC2? Okay, so suppose once you install the MongoDB successfully, okay, we can use Mongo SH. And use Mongo SH. Okay. Okay, so let me skip. I will come back this one. Okay, so we can use like Mongo SH, or I give you some example here, like for the class, we have a called the use. Use is like try to create a database. So it's the same idea, like even NoSQL is like no SQL, right? But we still need to have the same concept, create a database. When you don't have any database, just like you can, when you type like use CSCI 380, if there are no table exists, like the database exists, it will create one. So you will see once I use it, you will see I switch to DB CSCI 380. Okay, so let's say if you do have a one exists, then I can switch to like CSCI 422. Then I have another one. Okay, so I can go back to CSCI 380 like this. Okay, so I can keep doing my switch from database to another database. Okay, and then after you have your database, we have one called a collection. Collection is same idea as your table. Okay, so we need to do is like DB create collection, and then the one with the colon, you can replace it. You can put any name. That one's your table name. Okay, So let's say this one, you will do as like user account, then you can do it like db dot create collection, and then you will say user account. So we say okay. So once you receive okay one, that means you able to create the table. The table, that means we call it collection. Okay, it's the same idea as like and then how can we insert the data? So we can use the like db. So doc, that one is like the table you just create. That means your collection, also a user account. And then the insert run is the command. So everyone have your own way to declare. So it's more like it's a JSON file. So let's say I want to have a called username. And username, let's say I call admin, and then I have if you want to put maybe I call it password. I say 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I forgot that. Yeah, I missed the R. Okay, so suppose if you like input everything correctly, you will see, okay, acknowledge is true, and then we have an insert ID object 1. So that means we can insert the data correctly. So right now is inside, okay? Yeah. Any question? You stuck in it? He said. So are you able to follow to use the MongoDB? So if you're able to connect to the MongoDB, then we keep hurry up and then finish the rest. Okay. And because we will going to execute and running a happy JS like to build the API server. Pretty common in the industry. If you search online documents, some of them they're teaching you using Code Express. So there are multiple options. Okay. But when we use the Happy JS, we need to have an Node.js installed on a server. So first step one, I need to make sure all of you have a Node.js like installed on your server. So I let you to try because you already try to install lots of things. Also, I tell you how to install on your local machine. Right? So try to do one thing is like install the node on your server. So after you install the node on your server, then we can move on. So here's the step happy.js. Okay, so just like you need to have a node installed on your server. So this one, I will let you to try to do it. How can you install the node on your server? Okay, okay. Don't follow. If you want to use the node to install the package, I will tell you. But first, you make sure you have a node. So try to install your node and then check the version you are using right now. Okay, just like using node -v or like -v, you can check the version you're using for the node. Can you follow? Then how can you install the node on your server? So okay, so if you have a question, like if you don't know, always like Google can help you. Ubuntu install Node.js. Okay, let's say you can follow or like follow the official document or like from the DigitalOcean. Either way will be fine. Before I told you, you can use the NVM. So if you are lazy, you don't want to do that, just install the latest one using the apt install Node.js. Then you can able to get it. Okay. Okay, yeah. So, okay, yeah. So okay. So you will get also so I will see how this one that did experience because I just tell you to install first for the project. I just tell you like install local. And it's the same way. Actually, if you want to install it, this is the same way you install. Also, if you want to have a good management, also you can use the NVM. If you still remember the NVM, the node version manager. So to pick the one you want. Okay, so this one, okay. So once you able to have installed the node JS, okay, just create a folder. So let's say we have a folder. You can create a folder sudo make directory. Okay. P means I try to, if I don't have any parent folder like as a nested folder, then I use the P. So SRV, then you can use a CSCI 380, or like you can put it like API. So you can use it as a like this folder as the API server for hosting your API server. So you can do it like this way, okay? And then I will, after you create the folder, we always try to give the permission, right? CSCI 380. And then CSCI chmon, CSCI 380. Okay. Okay, so if you finish all the steps, follow all the steps, then you should able to see I create a folder and then give the access, like the user accounts that you bundle, and then the global is the is a hyphen data, it's a directory. So I have a 755 permission. So if you learn this cybersecurity, like all these things, then you would know all the permission. Okay, so after you create, then next step, I need to change my directory. Okay, CSCI 380. I change it, and then also I need to change the API. So when I'm under the directory API, then we can start to build our install our npm project. So how can we do that? Just using the npm initialize. Let's say npm initial. And then the first question, it pops out. Okay, so what's the package? So I can call it the CSCI 380. So just a package name, and then version 1.0 description. So this one entry point called the index.js. Okay, and then we put keyword. You can input the information. Right now, I just skip everything and okay. So when I list it again, you will see one is called the package.json. So the files under it. Okay. Could you able to follow all this step?
This weekend was perfectly fun. This is a great today in cybersecurity, and now it's disconnected.
I feel like when you come back to school,
Saturday was perfectly fine. No issues at all. I had it connected for hours. And today it's just like I literally just came out of cybersecurity.
Okay.
It was installed. Okay.
Okay, so right here you install it. Yeah. So remember most of it too, yeah. Okay, sure, yeah, okay. So we are pretty hurry up when everything goes so fast, so I wait for you to install. Okay. C on CH on right here. Yeah. Okay, okay. If you are kind of like lost, so the logic right here is like we already installed the notebook.js. Then we need to create the folder to put your like the API server files, right? We need to put the source code. So right here, all the steps, I need to create a folder. I just like say CSCI 380 and the APIs, and then first I change the chmon to give the permission. So mainly I need to let the engineers to access this folder and then let myself to open it directly. And also this one I give you 755. myself as an owner, I have a read write execute, and then for the global, it can read and execute. So that one, the NGX can read it and execute it. Okay, and also for others, that was a group, and then for the global would be the same. Others, okay. And after you finish all these steps, then we can start to build our API server. So I will wait for you if you are able to create the folder. Okay. Down a little bit. Okay. So that means all of you already create. Okay. So you need to use the called the npm initialize right here, and then just follow this one, npm initialize. So we'll start the we need to build the npm project. Okay. Once it start, it will ask you like give the package name, or by default, if you don't put anything, it use your folder name. If you use another name, it's okay. So we will save it as a JSON file and save it under API package. Okay. To me, I just like push enter question. If you miss the npm. Okay, yeah. Yeah, npm is Let's try to.
So we try to run the. I did that for.
Okay, why not we use the APT?
No, that's what all this stuff is. So I ran the same command up there and that message, so I ran that. All of the lines like this, and then so. And that's literally like.
Okay, when it's called a no, but right now we have to make them for the no together. So we need to.
But this, all this stuff right here.
Yeah. And then we can use the NPM. I don't know. And then check the version. So if you install it, it's saying that.
Mine said like found the action and that's like. It's easier.
Try to use the update and try to run the APT update, change the APT update.
Seems to be taking. Maybe it's actually.
We do like see the grade.
Okay, so I just have to try to. First time, I think I could say, but yeah.
So how many of you like? So you do have a problem after updating you.
It's maybe a different area, it's could access some file, I think. I think you got it to work, so maybe.
Mine's doing what's.
Okay, so update is also what.
So, but mine's working fine, so I'm trying to figure out.
Okay. Okay, you will.
So since they know the. Mine didn't move any of that. Yeah, that's what I thought the first time when I. I literally, after that, and ran the same exact. None of us ran the same command.
Okay, so I think so far of you is able to create, and then what do you need to do? Just one more step. So on the server, we will just using the npm to install the happy, and Bill, we need to connect to the MongoDB. So we directly, I tell you, so we will do the MongoDB. Okay, so you will see I have a command called as dash or like hyphen save. This one will save to the package file. So it's a dependency. So I'm telling if later when I push git, when I try to do like npm install, it can help me to install all the required package, like the node package or the modules directly. So you can right here, you can adding the install. So right here. So it will spend some time to install all the package, like mainly is the happy.js and then the MongoDB. Okay,
So.
okay, okay. So this one is really admin.
It's scrolled down.
Okay, yeah.
Does it matter at all?
Okay. It doesn't matter, but you can just put it as like I changed the CSCI 380, or like you can keep it as a folder name. So it's flexible. Okay. Yes. Okay. I can't connect to my EC2. Can someone do it?
My name is CSCI. When this name makes sense, I basically forgot what they did.
That one is like actually same as a package file. So if you push it, it will help you because like all those modules, we are not really like upload all the modules to the Git. So this one will be save it or like create a folder when somebody using the we use the Git from into the Git install, the npm install. So it will automatically to install and create a folder, install all the modules.
What would make sense?
This one is information inside the box. So it's a so you can put it in. Yeah. Or like you can put the day like let's say you want to put like weeks or okay, so yeah.
So mine ends at version.
So if you're able to, okay, wait. So you already create and then install the package file. Then what do you need to do? Actually, I already I should share the file called the Mongo. You can get this one. Let me close it. Okay. Okay, so if you download the file called the MongoDB API, so you'll see we require two the node modules. One is the happy and then MongoDB, and we try to connect it. Okay, so what do you need to do? Just first like modify the file. So let's say right here you need to connect. Remember we call the database we use CSCI 380. So you change it and then the connection we are using. So maybe you use user, we call a user account, then you can change to the user account. There's a collection. So when you get the item, like you can change So I by default I using for the items. Okay. So I can change the name called get items. And I will change this one called post items. And copy. And just keep going. Okay, so right here, I need to create the index.js. No, sudo nano. And then I will create a called the index.js. And I will paste everything right here. Okay. What did I change? Okay. So first thing I need to change is about the DB, the database you create. So if you still remember, if we go up right here, so if you remember, we use the CSCI 380, right? And then we try to use the create collection. I create the user account, so it's matched right here, collection. Okay, so and then for the path for testing, I would say you can change one called get items or like post item. So one is called a get method and post method. Okay. Problem? Oh. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. So you can actually all this like is okay. So first like actually I just like to see them. So you have one system and you have so what is you can just so when we use the actually try to create sort of application. So we need to declare the information of this application. So the one is the project name, file name, everything. So we say the name, right? Okay. So if somebody, if you give this file, like let's put the GitHub, and then some when you give it off, and then use when you become this package file, and then you run npm install, it will automatically like all the creation. So right now we already create that package information, but I didn't really go to because if I expand anything, we don't have that much stuff. Yeah, even we have another like for the PowerPoint, I can do it for the PDF. So I'm not this one, so I just tell you how to deploy it. And then right now you already able to package. So right now you already initialize it, and then you need to install all the modules. So the modules you need to install is happy.js and MongoDB. So right here, I will give you the. So after you're able to initialize it, just like stay there and run the command. Let me show you right here. Okay. 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 Just I put it as a one single line is okay. So npm install at happy/happy MongoDB. And this one is optional. But for better practice, like let's say I build this project, I will using safe. That means like when I git push and then somebody git clone and then I use npm install, then I will automatically like install all the required modules without like download it or upload those files. Because it's not a smart way like upload all the files to the cloud or like push to the Git. So we only keep the source file and then the package.json, and that's it. And then we can like push to Git. So we try to give a file as like small as possible. Okay. So yeah, you can use it. So that's why I put the square bracket. Like you can use it or not, depends on, but I can recommend you to use it. Okay. Just do it as a one single line. Okay. Okay. You change the MongoDB.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, not yet. Yeah, we still have a long way to go. Okay. So I try to we pretty much for today, and I try to cover this part this week. Okay. 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 So pretty much, but after you install all these things and then modify quickly. So in this part, we try to connect to our MongoDB database. Let me enlarge it so it will have to be easy to read it. Okay. So what do you need to modify? First, it's like your DB, the database name. So just change the one. If you follow me to change it, then it will be CSCI 380. And then your collection name, I name is a user account, then you can change to user account. And here I like name is the item, but I don't like to naming it like without any meaning. So if I using the get method, I put it as a get items. So it will help me to get all the information, like all the rows saved in the MongoDB in this collection. And then I have another method as a sample, it's called the post. So this one, it will be upload the data to the server saved in the MongoDB. So we name it called the post items, okay? So that's what you need to modify. And right here, we just like try to, when we get the information and just insert it, okay? And that's what you need to do. And just go back to the server. You're using sudo nano index. So when you, if you still remember, when we create using MPA initialize, when you keep on pressing the enter, it asks you what's the entry point, right? Entry point will be the first file. So we just name it as the index.js. Okay. And if I make everything working correctly, then I can use the node and then index.js. Okay.
You would please be sure to upload this video. Otherwise, my ECU keeps disconnecting.
Okay, sure. Okay. Okay, let's see. Yes. Oh, okay. This one is not using. Okay, let me remove it. Okay, then I'm not using this one. Give me a second. API server. Okay. Depends on the version, because this version I don't have it either. Let me check the one I'm using. CD API.
Hadn't been used for like data.
It works. Okay.
Like when I wasn't here.
Things never here.
Interesting. Okay, so because like we are running out of time, so just quickly the last part, just telling the last part, so we can finish the rest next time. So we need to modify the Nginx. So before we working on it, so this time we also need to complete the new Nginx file. So this one we need to change it called I add one more called the location API. Right here. Okay. Mainly difference is right here. I need to listen to localhost port 3000. So once we start if you remember when we running the API server, like it will comes out when we look at the source code. So this one 3000 is not same as the React app, but it's this one we are create specifically for the API server. It's the happy.js. So it's a port 3000. So we're listening to port 3000 and then get the SSL. And if you can able to listen everything, then you should able to get the information. So well, I think right now already executing the localhost 3000. So actually it should be have a config. So if I able to get it, then I should able to create the okay localhost get items. I will return the suppose I will return some information. Okay. And let me see PM2. Okay. Okay. So right now my server is not running anymore. Okay. It's question. Kind of rush. But the last part will be change modify the NGX server block. I already upload it to D2L. So next time we let's like complete everything. So try to let you finish set up the server. And if you finish all the setup and able to retrieve the data like this one, then I will also I will upload this one for the next class. So you can try to like we can fetch it using the use effect. So what I talk about the use effect, but we didn't use it because we didn't like really apply it in our app. But we had this time we need to use it and asynchronize to fetch the data, and then we'll save it. And once you retrieve the data, then we will show it using the like data mapping, this it all the information. Okay. So you will see the pages like this. Okay, that's how it works. Okay. So far will be pretty much this time. I will upload the video if you need to follow this one and then okay. So just like it's
Yeah, he got a very good as well. It is installed. Well, at least.
That's what I mean. I mean, it's just so it's a little bit weird, but I mean, you remember, it was that was Jason. See, but it's the same logic, those environments of like the JSON structure. So it's, maybe not like. It's by like-
You were the only one.
Yeah. Well, like, it's just that JSON logic of kind of like, you just have levels in it. Like, yeah, like, kind of like an inverse tables. Like, so instead of a table, it's what they would call like a collection, so it'd be like, blue, and then within blue, drops, and then another. Like another collection might be like.
Yeah.
Like, those. Almost the same thing, but a different name. Yeah, and it's like a different layer of structure. That's why I say like it's not.